Hey everybody, Mike Lawson coming live from Gilbertsville, Pennsylvania. Hope everyone's well. In this quick video, I want to go over something that I learned years ago. I read a book, an audio about just how to not have awkward conversations. Have you ever been in a situation where you were introduced to somebody or you met somebody and there was just that awkward silence? You know, it's so uncomfortable. I mean, is there anything worse than that? But this really helped me. After the initial hi, how are you? I mean, what do you talk about? So I want to give you 5 tips on how to never have an awkward conversation, how to literally talk to people for hours and hours and hours. Now, I want to have this video and go over this today because, holidays coming up, Christmas, New Year's, you're going to be around a lot of people. And I just think it's important. I realize that there's a lot of people that don't know how to have effective conversations, or they're in that awkward, situation that they don't want to be in, and they don't know what to say or how to handle it. But I want to give you a couple bonus tips. Actually, one's a secret, so this is important. Number one, you want to compliment the person. So whoever you're talking to, compliment them. Find something nice to say about them. Now, listen, if you can't find something nice to say about them, you probably shouldn't be talking to them. Maybe it's their hair. You like the color of their shirt. You like their shoes. Find something, about them. And you can start conversations with almost anyone. And by the way, this stuff works you could use this in dating, sales, recruiting, getting to know people. I mean, this is just some great information there. The second one is more of a secret, is you want to ask questions. And here's why. The number one thing that people like to talk about is themselves. So ask questions, and guess what people want to talk about? Themselves, and they'll answer you. So the 5 tips that I want to give you right now is an acronym that I use, and I changed it up a little bit, but I renamed it GFORM: generic, family, occupation, recreation, and motivation. Now, generic is, when you first meet somebody, hey, how are you? I like to say, listen, are you from here? Are you from here originally? I like to say originally. I don't know why, but are you from here originally? I find most people, anyway, they'll just get into telling you, where they're from. And by the way, each one of these, sets, or, you'll go into subsets and you can literally talk for hours, about where they're from. Family. Now, family can be a little touchy, and I know this from personal experience. And what I like to say when I talk to people is, listen, I like to say, do you have a big family? And here's why. Let them divulge the information that they want to tell you about their family. I don't know about you, but no one's got a perfect family. And listen, and I'm not saying that you don't come from a good place, or you don't, they're coming from a bad place, or they're trying to make you feel bad. But listen, if somebody asks me, listen, how's your wife doing? Well, not too good. We're going through a divorce. It's pretty ugly. It's pretty messy. It just brings up bad feelings. Now, listen, if you see a ring on somebody's finger, that's different. But you just want to be generic. Do you have a big family? Again, because I don't know about you, but people have some personal situations. And listen, if you ask me, how's this person doing, or how's that person doing? Well, this person's not doing well. They're on drugs. They're not doing well. Or I just lost somebody. Oh my God, this conversation just got really awkward. So let them get into and divulge what they want to divulge. Now, occupation. Hey, what do you do for a living? And once they start talking about what they do for a living, I like to say, hey, that's awesome. How long have you been doing that for? How did you get into that? That's my favorite one. How did you get into that? And now listen, you need to be genuinely interested in what they're saying to you, okay? Or the conversation is just going to die anyway. But you want to, be genuine and ask them questions. And you can talk about their occupation for literally hours and hours and hours. Recreation. What do you like to do for fun? Hey, and listen, you also want to be listening. Because if you like to do what they do, they have something else to talk about, and that could go on for another hour. And then the last one, motivation. Now listen, by the time you get to M, motivation, you've had a great conversation with this person, or you probably wouldn't be talking this long. And what I like to ask them is, listen, how, great, it's awesome that you've been doing that for so long. What are your long-term goals? What keeps you going? What motivates you? I personally always like to know what motivates people. And I'll just share a quick story in closing. I met a guy at the gym last week, And literally within 15 minutes, I knew everything about this guy. He grew up in Ohio. His family's in Ohio, has 2 daughters that are in college. He actually has a house in Long Island. Now, he's a pilot for a private jet company, and he flies a private jet. He was literally, within the last couple weeks, or actually his last, I don't know if they call them missions, but his last one, he was just flying around Trump's press corps. He was flying around the Clintons. He showed me pictures. This was all within 15 minutes. His name's John. When we got into talking, and I was just, I don't even think I told him anything about me. I just kept asking him questions. Now, I was in the middle of a workout, so, again, the conversation could have went on for hours. I had to finish my workout, but I went to finish what I was doing. I didn't know what he was doing, but on his way out, literally within 5 minutes later, he stopped and finished the conversation and just started talking to me. One of his stewardesses is now a private stewardess for P. Diddy. So he's telling me all this stuff, and just because I asked him some questions. So listen, if you use this, you'll never have an awkward conversation again. It's fun, get to learn about people. And listen, if you want to stop a conversation, here's the way to stop it. Stop asking questions. So have fun with this. Listen, thank you for watching. Please share this, tag somebody that if you got some value out of this, tag somebody, like it, share it. This stuff has helped me because I've always, I hated those awkward situations. I never knew how to ask the right questions or, feel comfortable in those situations. So I think a lot of people can get something out of this. So have a great day, everybody. Hope this helped, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.